So, hey guys, Dr.bladekid here. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the 3 different types of Beyblade. Now, KnightMail. This is a comically large set, by the way. For reference, this is the size of the Phoenix Rudder set, and this is the size of the, it's comically large. You might be curious about this whole lineup, and I'll kind of break it down for you. I'll start off with KnightMail, because that has viewer attention. KnightMail is another one of those triangular boys. KnightMail's special gimmick is that it has these metal balls in there, and apparently what that's supposed to do, when it's hit, they're supposed to move up and down to kind of like shock absorb. So when it's hit, it will kind of get hit up, and the balls will kind of like lag behind, weighing down a little bit. They'll go up, and they'll stabilize it a little bit. So it's basically a shock absorption gimmick, kind of like the original one. The original Knight Shield had these air pockets, which was supposed to have that shock absorption effect. However, it kind of worked out more just being a centralized weight gimmick, because it's just kind of a thin shell on the outside while still being wide, and that gave it pretty good defense. With the balls being lower, it's going to have pretty low weight distribution, and that means it's going to be pretty stable, and it's going to even be stable tall. 385, it's really hard to say. It's a Nito Burrito style part. I don't have it though physically, so it's really hard to tell how it's going to interact. It might work with Silver Wolf. We'll have to see though. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. It's a brand new piece. Bound Spike, I think it's called. It's interesting. It's weird. It's like a spike on a flat tip, but it bounces up and down. I don't know. We'll have to see if it's good. I don't kind of think it's going to be good. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be a gimmick. Most spike tips are. But we'll have to see. Next up, we got Patalon Patera, or as this thing's calling it. I don't know what it's calling it. I don't know what it's called. It's not Patalon Patera. I think it's something. There's not much to say about Patalon Patera. It's kind of got this, like, viper tail-ish shape on the side, but viper tail has, like, a little lip here. This one doesn't. I've noticed it kind of tilts and spirals, but if you launch it hard, it's a really smooth attacker. What can I say about 770? It's 7-sided, and it's got, like, 1 point sticking out. And that 1 point sticking out gives it a lot of usage in many different scenarios. With 3-sided things, it lines up differently depending on orientation, so you get double modes. I mentioned this specifically with Phoenix, but it's also just now the heaviest Ratchet. It's gonna be good. It has a bit of an imbalance, but you can usually compensate for balances. And if it's a physical imbalance like this, it's actually a lot easier to make that type of imbalance functional compared to, like, my Beyblade's unbalanced and shaky. It's definitely gonna be good. Next up, we got Rubber Acel. I don't know. This is going to be really interesting. It has this plate here, which makes it more consistently not wear itself down on the X ridge. And also just because the rubber is, like, weird in X. I think it's going to be good as, like, I'm not going to want to engage with the X-Ridge type of attack type. So it's going to be breaking the norm. It's going to be spicy. It's going to have more power than a standard Beyblade, but not quite as much as one hitting off the rails. I don't know how it's going to ride the rails, because it is rubber. I do think that this is going to be pretty good anti-attack. You want that extra grip to win attack v attack. And even if you have less stamina, it might be worth it in the long run to run something like this for the extra defense. Not much else to say. There's nothing really new else. Tyranno Beat is a strong attack type, 2-sided. I think one of the sides is actually uneven, which is interesting, but I'm probably not using it because it's painted, and I don't like to use painted things. Trust. But yeah, let's see if this is the first real defense type in X. Let's get on to the unboxing. Hey guys, it's me, Dr.bladekid. A little behind the scenes here. So, if we take a look, I don't know if you can tell, but it's looking like 92% of people are not subscribed to the channel, and only 8% of people are subscribed to the channel. If we could hit that subscribe button and that bell notification, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back to the video. Alrighty then. I'm amazed by how big this fucking box is still. This is a strip of gold right here. Oh, these look awesome. Alright. A lot of parts to weigh. We're gonna start, with ball. I'm gonna make sure y'all see KnightMail last. Alright, 2. Not bad, not bad. Point. Damn. Rush. 203. Good. Metal needle. Alright. This one's gonna be heavier. Yo, wow, it's almost a gram extra. Not like it's legal or good or anything. Similar boat. Pretty much the same. Oh, this one's even heavier than metal needle. Because of the big, like, thing. Oh, the rubber is, like, really soft. That's, like, completely squishing. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's, like, it's definitely squishing. It's definitely pretty squishy. On to 160. Now, this one kind of actually matters. So, I'm going to grab this 360 for weight reference. Oh, damn. 160's light. Yeah, wow, okay. Let's try 733. Now, I believe that 560 was the heaviest ratchet before this. I'm gonna quickly check. 738. They're about the same now. That's good. 46. Oh, very light. Yeah, it's because, it doesn't have any of the internal stuff. Gosh, that's so weird. And it's like, it's less pronounced for sure. I thought it was. It's for sure less pronounced than like a normal 360. Which is good. It being taller and such, it's definitely a good thing. Alright, on to the blades. Just as light as usual. It's so sad that this one's light. It could have been, like, if it was heavy, it'd probably be pretty decent. Let's see mine. My original one. Okay. This one, however, this is my goat. Dang. 37.6. That's, like, pretty good, I think. Patella and patella. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, pretty much the same. And last but not least, 36.5. Alright, I'm running about average. This shape, I love this shape a lot. Alright, let's launch this Beyblade. I've seen it used a few times. These Beyblades last forever, I swear. I wouldn't have it any other way, but... Holy shit, go down! I like the way the balls make it, like, shake when it tilts. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just try fighting this combo against something. It feels fun and nice. It's too stationary. That's the issue. It's too stationary. Now it's too mobile. I don't know if the bounce gimmick really helps it very much. Yeah, the stock combo fucking sucks. This is the combo we're going for. Man, I like this a lot. Let's see. I think that if we give it not the worst setup known to man, it's gonna be okay. Okay. Here's the thing. Y'all fools, I already had 770. I've had 770 for quite some time. Because you can just make your own ratchets. You could make 780 if you wanted to. It just wouldn't be tournament legal. Dude, I love KnightMail. I'm gonna try this against it. That's nice. I do like this. I like this a lot. It like works. Dude, this setup is so nice. Let me try like a sweep around launch. Nice. Oh my god, it tanks so well. Let's try Buster. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking it does, right? What I think is the balls being low, keep it closer to the center. So because the balls are low, it's harder to knock it over, like, it's harder to lift it up the slope. Because if you don't know, right, obviously, like, all stadiums have a slope. So, like, when a Beyblade, it's got to lift it up the slope, right? So it's not just as simple as, like, hitting it forward. It's got to hit it up the slope. Oh gosh, it just threw it on Hexa and it worked. This is the combo I wanted to try the most though, was low flat. Because it's a lower, it's gonna have like it's gonna lower the center of gravity even more, like compared to how it is now. So don't throw the Beyblade so it fucking goes directly into the fly of my fucking pants. Oh wow, this lines up perfectly. The other thing is it doesn't have a goofy underside. Because this underside sucks. This underside, however... Oh yeah. I don't know. It kind of looks like Rhino Horn if its parents loved him. Okay, let's see this. It's really unstable because of the tilt. I heard the balls wing and it stabilized. Obviously, it was going to stabilize at that point. There's almost a destabilization loop where if it gets destabilized enough, it'll kind of hit the side and bounce back up. But sometimes that can just make it scrape. Yep, see? The balls make it go back up. To get hit down, you know. It's definitely gotta have some massive balls to get back up like that. I really do like that. Let's try this real quick. Hold on. I wanna try it. I just wanna try it. It's not gonna work. I just wanna try it. God, this is so cool. Oh God, it's so smooth. It offsets the... Okay, one seems to, like, offset the balance really well. Point on Phoenix Wing just has way more stamina than previous attacks. Oh, don't lose to... Oh, don't get outspun. That was cool. I'm gonna try Dot real quick, because I was liking Dot in my testing. That feels cool. That feels like the only good defense build, besides like you and Needle, which already gets super outspawned by ball anyway. Oh, Dot's cool. Yes! Get stuck there, motherfucker. You got this. That's the fucking, Kuza tag. I don't know if y'all remember Kuza from the fucking Bush show. But, you know. I think I got a solution. Yeah, that's really nice for living. The ball, like the balls are so nice. I like how Beyblades have a mind of their own. Dot gives a little not a little wobble, but it encourages the wobble a little bit. But in a productive way. For a little course, right? Defense works a little differently. It's kind of like a slip defense instead of a friction different. Well, it's kind of more trying to like strategically slip off into a good direction. And that's what the tip is like meant to do. It's meant to make it stationary, but moving like around the angle. So it's not getting hit straight on, even though it's getting hit around. And that's, you know, it is really hard to make a defense system that just straight up raw beats out an enhanced rail gimmick. However, I do still think that not friction, but like that kind of resistance based is still the norm. It's still like the most consistent way of defense. They just need to, what they need to do, and what they're doing now, they just need to save it with gimmicks. Silverwolf is an insane gimmick. Silverwolf is probably a more consistent defense style. Like Silverwolf 180 Hexa is a cool combo. It has the sway real good. That's the Hexa sway. You can see it. You can see the Hexa sway. It's good. Like the Hexa sway is insane with this setup. Can they hit, please? Hit! Fight! Kill each other! Just hit once! In a single time! Alright. I just want them to battle, so you can see my ingenious combo design. Oh yeah, I think a genie must have heard me say that shit. Hold on. We're trying it. It just said fuck you in particular. Hold on, I'm an asshole who's not going to heaven. Not going to heaven combo. Not going to heaven combo. Oh, yep, it's the not going to heaven combo. The reason I say that is, I don't know if you can hear that, but that is almost all plastic contact. I like this combo. Oh, fair enough. It's not boosting. This is good. It's a tall one. X is crazy. Can I just say about how X is crazy? I like it. So stupidly tall. Ah, yes, I found it. I look away and Leon Quest is in the center, flipped over. You're all going down now. No pun intended. Don't let me cook too hard. Ooh, Whale Wave might just be good on a cell, leveler cell in general, because it has like a lot of longevity. But it falls off right at the end of the battle. And it also just is really vulnerable to its own recoil. Does it beat Rondo? This custom set is so neat. There's so many good things in it. I'm gonna stop battling Wizard Rod now in this KnightMail testing. What if we just did a little switcherooski here? It just fucking exploded. What the fuck happened to my Silver Wolf? No! Alrighty then. We're finished up with all the testing for KnightMail. I think that's what KnightMail looks like. Taking a look at it, it's got the balls. So the balls are just, as I explained earlier, they're really good at just sitting down there and keeping it low to the ground. Basically, how the stadium works, as I explained in my testing. When you have a Beyblade that's in the middle here, it's going to take more effort to KO it than you'd think, because not only does it have to move it this way to the pocket when a Beyblade attacks it, it's also got to move it up. And it doesn't have to move it up that much, but you got to realize, moving up this slope, you're still going at this sort of ramp. This distance here is still more than this distance here. So it is still putting in more work, and it is still fighting against gravity a bit. KnightMail takes a bunch of advantage of that, because it has these balls lower, so that means that when you're trying to KO it, there's even more to like lift up the slope, basically. These kind of lag behind when it's trying to be hit, and it makes it pretty difficult to launch in the air. Now, I've noticed repeat assaults tend to do more damage against it. Once it's already, like, out of the center, it tends to be a lot easier to KO. Silver Wolf has a gimmick that makes it better against upper attacks, but it just has, like, a point of absorption, a point of less friction. Take a look at these two designs. This is kind of what Silver Wolf's got going on. This is kind of what KnightMail's got going on. If Shark Edge tries to go onto it, this is going to be reducing the impact more. But this, it just is going to like, it's just taking more strength. This is kind of canceling out the plus. This is kind of just double plussing it, if that makes sense. It's more stuff for Shark Edge to lift. Even though it's not heavier, that like physical disconnect between the balls and the rest of the body makes it, it's very important. It has really good contact points too. If we kind of take a look, we have two kinds of contact points. We have like this kind of contact point where the balls are. And these are really nice. If we look at them from like a top view, they kind of have like an angle inward, with this being like the top point. And that's really nice. because this will absolutely like be a wall that slams in and lifts things. So it does have like a good bit of knocking back power, and it's not one that's going to cause it a lot of self-recoil. The other contact point, however, is like this. It's pretty round. It's a little bit lower than the other one. Round, thick, wavy, smooth, with some nice contact points for knockback. It's a really, really strong shape for that defensive anti-attack style of Beyblade. Not only is it good for defense, but again, those contact points do make it kind of good for some level of attack. You can KO Wizard Rod with it. I know you are wondering, does it KO Wizard Rod? Yeah, it KOs Wizard Rod. It's harder, but it'll get the job done. Putting it on Rush is really nice. I've seen oh my god, it's popular in New York. Everyone, I swear to god, every deck was using one. It was like half the deck, so more than that. It's such a popular thing. And that's because it's solid overall. The combos I recommend for it are... This is what I recommend. Starting off with KnightMail 760 Hexa. This is your standard defense build. If you just want a stationary defense type that you're just going to launch at an angle and defend against things, I don't think this setup works quite as well as the Silverwolf variant, because Silverwolf is like... It's like a gram heavier and has that ring around it. It's really nice for defense, Silverwolf is. And KnightMail is too. But I think in that application of just being like a stationary tanker, it works out better. But this is going to be a pretty solid defense type. And of course, 760 doesn't have to be the Ratchet you can go with. 960 gives a little bit of extra burst resistance and some life after death. You have 360 as well. That's what I was using in a lot of the video. That's good as well. I recommend that. Sometimes it doesn't tank as well. I don't know. 760 was doing wonders for me. The extra weight really does things. Plus the imbalance for Hexa helps. Next up, we got KnightMail 160 Rush. Again, feel free to switch up the Ratchet. KnightMail on 160 Rush, though, really solid combo. You get your KOs with this. The little bit of imbalance helps you deflect things at different angles more often. Kind of trying to minimize direct impacts into the X zone. Along with it just being a mobile defense type, it can obviously get its KOs. It's a very strong defense in its right if you just launch well. KnightMail 960 low flat. This is a cool build. You're utilizing the fact that the balls are low and the lowness of low flat, along with the contact points I mentioned in the last section, to just become a ramp that goes around and just knocks things into the air. It's a cool combo and pretty good on defense. You gotta watch out, you may lose in stamina. This Beyblade does not have nearly the stamina Silverwolf does. And I found that in some situations I have gotten outspun by Phoenix Wings. So just be a little cautious on launching and you should be good. And also the hidden secret combo I recommend, which is Low Rush on KnightMail. It's not out yet. Low Rush is gonna be really nice. It combines the upsides with the Rush and the upsides with the low flat, and it counteracts both of their downsides. So, yeah. Low Rush is going to be insane on KnightMail, I hope. 385 is really interesting. It's the tallest Ratchet by, like, not the biggest margin, but by enough, right? You gotta realize a lot of people aren't using 80s anyways. So if most people are using 60, you actually have a more substantial height gain than you'd think, relatively to the meta. Unlike with the 380, which has a ridge that goes down here and extends it a little bit, this is probably where like 80 would be. This just has a whole different system entirely. It doesn't have the same interlocking ratchet turn system. It just has a piece of plastic down here that's like one solid bit, and then like a plastic ring up here that holds it. It's goofy. It's a little goofy and different. It doesn't take ratchet hits quite as badly as other ratchets do. So that's really nice. They toned down the shape of 3. It's smoother straight up than 9, so keep that in mind. Its only downside is it's really light. It's like 2 grams less, basically. And 2 grams less matters. In other previous Beyblade generations, I've been opposed to the whole weight equals good. But in this generation, weight doesn't equal good. However, it's just because weight kind of controls what level of power your shape is going to be able to do. The combos I recommend on it are Silverwolf 385 high needle. I kind of showed that off. That's just like not going to heaven combo. You're getting pretty much full plastic contact. You do feel the weight. You get KO'd more when you get hit by big things. But, oh my gosh, can you, like, completely avoid a lot of bad impact. At 760 Hexa, it's hard to say which is going to be better for defense, but it's like, you get so much plastic on it. It is very nice. It's a very nice thing that we have this tall plastic contact Beyblade. It just takes such advantage of the plastic ring. Speaking of a Beyblade that uses its plastic ring to work well with the tall thing, Leon Crest is also really good on 385. It's probably its best Ratchet besides 780, which 780 is really nice. 770 is really nice on it as well. 780 is not out yet, but I made it and tested it. It's pretty good. But yeah, getting that full plastic contact is really nice. However, again, the problems that you suffer with weight issues with the Silver Wolf combo, you suffer tenfold with the Leon Crest combo. You sometimes get knocked around like a pinball leg yada. Sometimes you just get hit around like a ragdoll pinata and you can't do anything about it. But different defense for different situations. Sometimes it's more about stopping contact points than it is about stopping momentum attacks. And finally, Whale Wave 385 Rubber Cell. It kind of cooked. I don't know. I put it on here because I wanted 3 combos. But it definitely, like, 385 made it better, is what I will say. It made it better than the other combos I've tried on it. And especially with Rubber Cell, it could kind of use, like, its full being just a giant tall thing at everything until it dies. And it kind of worked in some situations, you know? This might straight up be good on other setups like Rush or like a flat, but I don't know. I only put Rubber Cell there because it's the only one that I know is pretty decent. Yeah, the spike is cooking, get over it. Bound spike? More like bad spike. I'll be honest, there's not much to it. It's like high spike, basically. And you high if you're using this in bracket. Because all it does is make your Beyblade just incredibly, like, bouncy. And you get knocked off balance once, and now you're like, miserable experience. I found it was nice on, like, Shark Edge and Buster, because that bounce kind of, like, you kind of bounce into people and knock them off balance, and you might get a little bounce in an upper attack or something, but it's not, you're not getting much out of bounce spike. As for its uses on defense, it kind of works, but again, it's just, basically it has this thing here that keeps it from fully going into the Ratchet. So this will kind of like bounce up and down when it gets pushed into the Ratchet. And it's a little taller than most bits of its size because of that. So it's around high needle height. So it's just kind of like a bouncy high needle. So it's just goofy. I don't know what wave spike they have on it. It's a wavy spike though. And it bounces up and down and it slides all over the place. As you can see, kind of hard to control. And I don't trust it personally. I think it's not going to be too good. I don't trust its burst resistance. I don't trust something that its entire gimmick is that it's like halfway out the blade already. You don't want it to be like struggling to hold on to your Beyblade combo. That's how you get KO'd and knocked out and burst in bracket. Combos I recommend for this. I actually only have one combo if you're using this in bracket. Alright, so step 1, the first thing you're going to need for the combo is ice cream, blanket. You're gonna need a blanket. No lights. And 4, you need brain rot content. Because if you're trying to get bound spike, like if you're trying to use bound spike, you're rock bottom depressed. You either have no bits, you either have no other good bits, or you're so dead inside that you need to feel something. And bound spike is the only thing that makes you feel. It's kind of good on Leon Crest though, and it's like not the worst bit. It has some uses, it's not terrible. However, I'm just like, you've taken Spike, arguably the worst bit in the game, for what it's trying to do, be a defense type. And you've kind of like given it a gimmick that kind of just makes it worse for that purpose. Again, you sometimes get a little less recoil with the bounce from it, like when you're landing or when someone's hitting you. But more likely than not, it's doing nothing, and the tip shape is not good enough to justify the gimmick. Or lack of, good gimmick, I guess. So, that is my review of KnightMail. Overall, I think the blade is a solid defense type blade with some good anti-attack potential. I think the Ratchet is a really interesting part for very tall plastic impact combos and just trying to avoid taking hits. It's a really interesting part, though I'm not sure if it's better than anything we have right now. Though having that option for a tall plastic thing that's not going to get burst, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. And Bounce Spike is kind of mid-nothing part. It can do a few things. If you find a good use for it, please let me know. Because I'm sure that Bounce is going to be useful somewhere. Maybe it's like really good if launched a specific way. Or maybe just that combination is really good at like some sort of KO. I tested it. I didn't get much out of it. But please, I'm really willing to see, because I want as much information as possible. I'm an information goblin, and any information you can give me is good, because all I do is get information. That's why I have so much. And speaking of information, if you want information on the stuff that's in the rest of the set, I will have that video out later. Hopefully it won't take as long as this. I already have all the footage recorded. It's just battle stuff. So once we get all that battle footage recorded and edited, that video should be straight up. And yeah, though we might see another video in between that. Who knows? It's kind of how I work. I kind of just have a bunch of things I'm working on at once, and I kind of go through editing and filming them all. I have a Lightning Eldrago review in the works as well. That's my content flow. It's goofy and weird, and I'm figuring things out. So please, cut me some slack. I'm so sorry. A lot of it is just depression, but some of it is just like, I am spending time on other projects. I'm not just waking up and playing Team Fortress 2 every day for several hours. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this review. I hope it was informative. Shit, I could make something for the thumbnail. Like, that's pretty smart. Make something for the thumbnail.